Good day. Let's discuss alcohol again. I am Kenny Okubo, a recovered alcoholic. Now, contrary to what many people who are stuck in alcoholism think, drinking makes life harder and not easier. And once somebody gets to realize this, then their relationship with alcohol will change for the better. And such a person will put all their effort, time, and focus into getting sober. That is what happened to me. Every time you drink, you are always likely to get into problems. And one day, you may wake up as a drunk employee and lose your job because you went to work while drunk. You may drink over the night and lose your family because your spouse decides enough is enough and they can't keep up with your irresponsible drinking. There are many more negative experiences that do occur because of our unbecoming relationships with alcohol. After having been drunk for so long, there was a point where I had to ask myself, is the pain I am experiencing every time I wake up and find myself in problems because of alcohol greater or lesser than the pain I had perceived prior to my first drink? Before that first drink, I still had a job. I had a family. I was financially stable. When I wake up after a night of drinking, maybe my face will be swollen because I had engaged in a fist fight that I barely remember. My job might be on the line, or something else might have gone wrong. And all this is because I did drink to try and numb myself in the first place. After every drinking episode, I would undoubtedly experience fear, shame, regret, worry. I would be emotionally and physically broken. In all my drinking life, there was never a time when the pain after drinking was lesser than the pain I had before drinking. And after every drinking instance, I would regret having that first drink. People who drink are people who do not want to face their life. And in our drinking, we often lie to ourselves that we drink because we find life to be so difficult. This difficulty is what makes us to drink. We also tend to pacify ourselves by saying that everyone else is drinking. But then, is it true that everyone else is drinking? I don't think so. Now, let us separate the lies from the truth. Life gets more difficult to live when you drink. And if you don't drink, things are bound to get better. You are able to endure so much more without alcohol than you ever could endure with alcohol being a part of your life. Drinking ensures you run away from every difficult situation. When life demands that you should be able to face your situations and your challenges and overcome them. The beauty in life lies in our being able to face our difficult times and go through them. This shows how strong and how resilient we are. When you drink, you only tell your mind that you are afraid of facing your real life. Once you sober up, you will realize that avoiding an issue and addressing an issue are two entirely different things. When facing difficult situations head on, you are able to move forward, you are able to progress, and that is how you start healing. Every time you are going to tell yourself you need a drink, you are running away from a problem that could have been solved if you put your focus into solving that problem. And again, every time you tell yourself you need a drink, you're adding one more thing to the backlog. When you get sober, you will be mortified by the amount of problems, be they small, be they medium or large, that you have been avoiding and ignoring. And once you start working through that backlog, you feel really good and genuine, because you are now making great decisions and you are moving forward with your life. Alcohol makes you feel like life is easier. But life does not become easier when you numb yourself, when you run away from feeling your pain, from feeling what you need to feel in your life. Because in reality, issues don't disappear when you drink. Problems don't dissolve in alcohol. They instead get worse. And the truth is that at the end of the day, whether you continue drinking or not, you will still have to deal with your issues. You still have to face them in the long run. And while you still face those issues that you ran away from, your drinking will undoubtedly have brought up much more bigger issues, which you also need to face and deal with. That is why it is better when you give up your drinking and start working on challenging and facing your issues and your problems. Giving up alcohol is giving up hangovers, shame, and guilt. It is the best thing that can happen to anybody who is stuck in the alcohol drinking cycle. It is the best thing that happened to me. And while my life is not that great, I always feel good. I always feel proud of myself every time I wake up and realize that I am still sober. When you're sober, you'll remember the good times and the not so good times. You remember everything you said, what you did, whom you text, whom you talked to. You'll be willing to face your tough conversations. You'll be willing to face your problems head on. You'll find that solutions appear easily when you are not drunk. It's better to deal with life when you are sober. And I hope that you'll make the right decision and overcome your drinking. It is the best way for you and for me.